Today on the net, web users paid tribute to Apple co-founder Steve Jobs. Eyewitness accounts of the ongoing crackdown in Syria. And you can now take a virtual walk through Canada's boreal forest. From the US to China, key players from the internet industry and ordinary web users have been paying their respects to Apple co-founder Steve Jobs, who's lost his battle with pancreatic cancer. His death was announced on Wednesday night. A number of new technology websites have transformed their welcome pages into tributes. One of the world's most popular blogs, Boing Boing, has sought inspiration from the first Macintosh computers. And Wired magazine's website has taken on the color black as a sign of mourning. News of his passing has prompted an outpouring of reaction across social networks, highlighting the impact his work has had on people's everyday life. One of the most popular messages on Twitter says that 3 apples have changed the world: Adam and Eve's, Isaac Newton's, and Steve Jobs's. Some web users have added a creative twist to their tributes for Apple's legendary boss and are saying no one can take his place. The Palo Alto firm's logo has been revisited here by a young designer from Hong Kong and illustrates how intertwined Steve Jobs and the Apple brand are. And on Friday, the 14th of October, Apple fans from all over the planet can take part in a final tribute to the father of the iPod, iPhone and iPad. The event is being organised via social media platforms, and participants are asked to honour his memory by wearing Steve Jobs' trademark black polo neck. With China and Russia vetoing on Tuesday a UN Security Council resolution condemning the repression of anti-government protests and threatening the Syrian regime with targeted measures if the crackdown continues, troops loyal to President Bashar al-Assad continue to use violence against protesters. Cyber activists at the scene are doing what they can to share their reports online. Amateur footage is uploaded onto sharing sites on a regular basis and bears witness to the scale of the authorities' violent repression. In these videos, which were filmed over the past few days in Idlib and also in the province of Homs, we can hear quite clearly that the fighting between armed troops and protesters continues, with gunshots ringing out in the background. These online videos suggest there is still a heavy military presence in a number of cities across the country. The footage includes images of army tanks stationed in or driving through main roads in the Horan region and also in the city of Idlib. Loyalist forces are not just targeting protesters but also ordinary citizens. This video, which is almost impossible to verify and of a particularly gruesome nature, appears to show dead bodies belonging to residents of Homs, bearing signs of torture. They were apparently victims of soldiers. According to the men in these videos, soldiers working for the regime are frequently using torture to end the unrest in Syria. These men were captured by opponents and claimed to be members of the Shabia, a pro-regime militia. They say they were ordered by the authorities to fire at protesters and also to rape and capture women from rebel-held cities. In this video, the Pew Charitable Trust takes us on a virtual tour of Canada's boreal forest via Google Earth. The clip teaches us about the Aboriginal communities living there and also the different animals that inhabit this vast natural landscape. This video is part of an awareness campaign on the importance of protecting the ecosystem of Canada's boreal forest. Now trending on social networks in the UK, #ToryTunes. On Wednesday, Labour Party politician John Prescott decided to poke fun at Conservative Prime Minister David Cameron by asking his Twitter followers to suggest songs which reflect government policies. Suggestions include Eminem's Love the Way You Lie and Michael Jackson's They Don't Care About Us for their titles alone. Other Twitterers have reworked tunes like Queen's We Will Rock You, turning it into We Will Tax You. This video gives a wonderful show of beautiful natural landscapes, fabulous sunsets and magnificent starlit skies. It was put together by American photographer Dustin Farrell using the time-lapse technique, which gives you the impression that time is moving faster. This particular clip pays tribute to the natural beauty of Utah in Arizona.